Amit Peled's journey has been remarkable. It began in an Israeli kibbutz, where he dreamed of becoming an NBA player. A childhood crush led him in the direction of classical music, and now he plays a $3 million cello owned by the late, legendary Pablo Casals. The 6'5" Peled shares his story and journey with My Jewishness, which he will present at Palo Alto's Oshman Family JCC on September 17. On the kibbutz, Peled was enamored of an older girl who played the cello. So, at 10, Peled decided to learn the instrument, so he could be close to her. The romance didn't blossom, but his interest in music did. I was very shy when I was a child, says the genial Peled. I would hide in class. If the teacher would ask me to give an answer, I would be so scared. But if you would give me a cello in front of hundreds of kids, I would play right away. I felt so strong with the cello. Peled appreciated the cello's sound. It's the only instrument that allows you to go as low as a grandpa and as high as a squeaky baby. So you really have the whole range of human expression in one instrument. And that, for me, is the beauty of it. To encourage him to continue playing, for Hanukkah, his parents bought him a Pablo Casals cassette. I fell in love with the sound of his cello, and now, 30 years later, I'm playing that cello, Peled says. Peled, whose latest album is Casals Homage, tells audiences how, 5 years ago, he came to possess that remarkable instrument, the historic 1733 Mateo Friller. Casals' widow loaned it to him. But first she made him audition, playing it exhaustively, to make sure he was worthy. After all, this is considered to be one of the finest cellos ever created. I like to believe the player is more important than the instrument, Peled says, but it's true that this cello allows you to find colors that you didn't know existed. This cello has a throaty, human quality to it. Just because it's artfully crafted doesn't mean it's easy to play. It's so complex. It's like, if you go into a new Toyota and drive it, it'll drive easily for the next 15 years. But if you buy a handmade, collector's item Rolls-Royce from the 50s, even to turn it on, you need to know how the car feels. And it shouldn't be too cold and not too this, not too that. It's the same for an instrument. Or a good bottle of wine. Not many people would appreciate it. But for those who do, the joy will be so tremendously more. Peled doesn't try to imitate Casals when he plays this cello. His widow gave it to me, because she wanted me to find my own voice through it and to share with the world his legacy, by sharing the story, by sharing the instrument. On stage, in sharing his journey, Peled starts with his earliest musical memory, Eli, Eli my God, which his mother sang to him. It appeared on his first CD, 2009's The Jewish Soul. He follows with Bach's Suite No. 1, the first cello piece he learned to play. Next comes Max Bruch's Kol Nidre. Peled uses the piece to allow the audience to get inside the instrumentalist's mind, exploring the thought process behind the interpretation. He also delves into the meaning of Yom Kippur. Also on the program are works by Ernest Bloch and David Popper, most likely. Bloch's From Jewish Life, and Popper's Hungarian Rhapsody. He tells listeners what those composers mean to him. Peled says he isn't religious. I tell the public, I found my religion to be music. I am proud to be Israeli, proud to be Jewish. My kids go to Jewish day school. We go to synagogue. That's important to me. But deep inside, what I believe in, is music. His Jewishness has affected Peled's disciplined approach to music. Religion is a way to express what you feel. For me, music is the way I express myself. And it's not only about passion, but about work ethic. When religious people pray every morning and every evening and observe all the restrictions, for me, there's a correlation to music, because it's a very tough regime of doing scales and exercises and waking up at 5 a.m. even if I don't want to. If you suffer through all that, you can enjoy the magical purity of the religion. And it's the same with music. By chatting, interacting with his journey audience, Peled makes his selections more accessible. In entertaining people, he hopes they resolve to attend future classical concerts. Like the Palo Alto Daily News Facebook page for neighborhood news and conversation from Palo Alto, Menlo Park, Atherton, Redwood City and beyond. Peled also brings Jewish music, and the emotions behind it, into the spotlight. Jewish music is not just about crying and complaining. It's about many other things that we are so good at in our religion, about the warmth of a Jewish home, about Friday night candles and challah bread. And there's so much humor in our culture. Such warmth between people, and I want to convey that in this music. Peled recorded 2 new albums this summer, one performing Brahms sonatas and another featuring his Peabody Institute students. He lives in Baltimore with his wife and 3 children, ages 7, 11 and 13. Peled's journey has taken him to a wonderful destination. I know parents of my kids' friends and not many people my age, early 40s, do what they love. Some of them make a lot of money, but not many of them go to work smiling. They count the days until the weekend or until vacation. I really love what I do. And every day that goes by, I know how lucky I am. Though he's still a huge hoops fan, Peled doesn't lament choosing music over sports. You certainly don't make as much money in music as in basketball, Peled says, chuckling. But it's a much longer career. Email Paul Freeman at paul@popcultureclassics.com. Music with cellist Amit Peled and concert journey with my Jewishness where Oshman Family JCC, Schultz Cultural Arts Center, 3921 Fabian Way, Palo Alto and 5:30 p.m. Sunday, September 17, 2017. Tickets $18, $60. www.paloaltojcc.org. Boulder 6,502,238,649. Artist website www.amitpeled.com.